Hello everybody with Planetiers 2024 in Portugal. This is James Martinez coming to you from Texas. And I was asked to do a small video for all of you regarding media ecology and what that has to do in the energy space and the big changes that are occurring right now as I talk to you about the deployment of something that's referred to as cold fusion. Now, to make things easy, I would suggest that all of you go on to 60 Minutes Cold Fusion and look at that video. Look at that video and remember that was made well over 10 years ago. The situation today about what's going on is quite different. We're about 2 years out of one of the biggest technical explosions that's going to occur since the invention of the wheel. It's that profound. When the invention of the wheel happened, it altered human capacity and possibility entirely. Same when the phonetic alphabet and the printing press came into play, and then when our central nervous systems were augmented when the arrival of the internet came to be. So cold fusion basically is the ability to achieve a nuclear reaction at room temperature using hydrogen and water. These are the two most easy, basic, and most elegant methods to achieve clean, burning, never-ending energy. The company that's the leader in this field, its name is Brillouin Energy, BRILLOUIN energy.com. There's another company in Japan, and I know a couple others in development that have started this process in Europe. I just was called this afternoon, and it was requested that I go meet an aspect of the military in the United States, because as many of you know, we have the biggest election probably in history about to happen, which are going to make determinations about our collective future regardless of where you're from. So this is affecting the acceleration and rate in which technology comes out, because we're in I would say it's a spiritual crisis at the moment, because our humanity is nowhere near the level of consciousness that it needs to be when you're talking about essentially ending war. When you've got unlimited energy, it changes the entire cognitive process in terms of what the real possibilities are. I get frequently asked to, as I did recently, to speak to corporate heads, military, and presidents. And I just returned from Africa, where there's a tremendous amount of stuff going on over there. If you only knew what's really going down. That being said, it's not just how much it's going to change one of the things that binds you, that's bound your whole life, and that is money and the ability to make a living and feed your family and so forth. This technology coming out, cold fusion or low energy nuclear reactions, has the ability to change the entire narrative and internal dialogue in your head about how you build a business and what it would cost and what your limitations are and so forth. Well, we're not in a scarcity-based consciousness, and we haven't been for a long time, because behind the national security of the United States, that's a separate civilization with a separate rules and a separate reality and entirely, and you haven't been included on that. And most of the industrialized world is barely figuring it out. Maybe China and Russia are aware of what's really, really going on and what our true capabilities are. Because if they all know we're in a scarcity-based situation, then what are we doing? Why are we going to war? There's a big reason. So this green economy that we're being lectured about by certain unelected officials that have not told you anything about what's going on in the real world. They're making decisions and telling you about this word called climate change. All of you have heard about it, and it's been propagandized to death. And they say all that, but they never talk about the people that changed the world, but weren't allowed to change the world. That's the ironic part. They wanted to change the world, they wanted to clean the whole thing up, but they didn't even last long enough. They were killed for even talking. All of us understand that, they know what's really going on. So I bring it up because I don't think a lot of people have any idea what the hell has been going on for about 70 years. And now suddenly, with the brink of the technological explosion, we're going to have it's already started, a sort of singularity with the removal of a lot of barriers that we've had to live by. So it's going to be a slow process about the deployment of these things, but I'm right in the middle of it. And I would say to all of you, you need to prepare yourselves for the good news, because it'll be disruptive to your situation, no matter what. And you need to prepare for that, because if I install one of these devices in somebody's house, they don't need to work so much. They can drive their electric car all over the place. Their bills will cease to exist ultimately, because all products will be made by separate energy systems that are going to be coming out, and they're not in they're what's referred to as non-entropy or over unity. Over unity means there's more energy coming out of something that's going into something, like a nuclear reaction. But without all the nuclear that you've been told in your head, forget all that. That doesn't occur with this type of technology. It wasn't made for that. It's made for your spiritual transformation. I made another video, and I was told, you might not want to show that one. My wife said, that may be too big for them. And I wanted to just tell you the truth about what is really going on from inside the military-industrial complex to at the UN, and the joke behind the scenes about the type of weapon capabilities we have, that we could kill ourselves like tomorrow, no problem. We don't need tanks or nuclear bombs or stuff way crazier than that. So we're at this weird place for humanity. We're at total liberation or total in slavery. And that needs to be taken into account about why we're in this situation, and why it is that all the richest corporations in the world and military are all run and decided to be in the corner of the World Economic Forum, who's telling us and who created the word climate change in the first place, when they could have fixed the climate in 1940. Easy. You have no idea how much advanced technology exists behind the scenes that you don't even get to talk about. You don't even get through the doors of it. As soon as you do, everything gets very serious, and they know we're in a false reality. Everybody knows in the room this stuff should be developed and it shouldn't be kept secret or in black projects or used without you, because you're part of the planet. Black, white, red, yellow, brown. You need to prepare for this reality to come into being, and you've got to tell your local officials too that you want cold fusion. Where is it? We want some. What do we got to do to get some? You need to talk about that in the conversation, because that's one of the best things in the world right now that's going on that people haven't even realized yet. So I'm sorry I was not able to be there. Please accept my apology. I hope I get to meet all of you in the future. But higher callings came in, and I had to go talk to governments in Africa about the end of their problems. And you should have seen how they responded. It's like that. Problems? End of our problems? No, we can't have that. We're going to make some more problems. So it's kind of like that. Can you handle it or not? I hope and I know all of you will in the future. So thank you so much, and I look forward to talking to you. If you need to email me, please do. jamesmartinezmedia@protonmail.com. Thank you very much, and I hope I get to meet you in the future and talk to you face to face. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.